Yo, what's up, guys? Today we're gonna be replacing this radiator. It's pretty old. Right here I got a Camry radiator. I forgot what year it is, but I can't find a perfect OEM replacement for the JZS151. I can find ones that are really similar, accurate to the ones, this one online, measurements and everything, but they're all imported from Japan, so they cost them like $500 just for one. So I was talking to a guy on the forum, I think it was Instagram, and he said that he put one of these in there. So yeah, we're gonna see how it fits up. Right now, I got a leak right down here. It's cracking. It's discolored. Got a little hairline cracks in here, and the coolant ain't looking too good. So we're gonna flush it, make sure it's good to go. This car lasts forever. All right now, I just opened the drain plug on the bottom of the radiator, which is right there. I'm letting it drain. You could take the bottom radiator hose off, but I don't want to make a mess. Just gonna be patient. All right, I drained the coolant, and we're gonna get to disconnecting everything. All right, guys, so far, took the upper radiator hose off, disconnected, so give me some more room. Caps off, overflow hoses off. Took off the old radiator shroud. This shit's fucking broken. All these old plastic tabs have broken off. It's been zip tied. It's the only one that's still in good shape. I don't know how I'm gonna mount this overflow reservoir on yet, because I know this fan shroud is not gonna fit on the new radiator, but I'm gonna figure something out, be a little creative with it. Yeah, so I'm gonna continue removing there's two trans lines down there on the bottom, and then the lower radiator hose, and I'll take these top mounts off and should be able to pull it right out. All right, just got all those bottom hoses disconnected, plugged up. Now I'm gonna take these off, pull that radiator out. All right, guys, got the old nasty shit out. This is the new one. Everything lines up kind of the same. These two trans lines on the bottom are in a couple different spots. I might have to get a longer trans line for this side. This side looks about the same, so we should be good. These bottom hose should fit fine, hopefully. The only thing I'm worried about is this top hose hole looks a lot bigger than this one. Let's actually test right now. Damn, that's actually really loose. That might be a problem. All right, guys, update. Here's the OEM radiator. Over here is the camera radiator that I was told that was gonna fit. Didn't line up right. I didn't like the way it fit. I didn't want to have to do some stupid riggedy shit. Yeah, I didn't want to have to do any of that BS. So what I did is I did a little bit more research and went off to O'Reilly's and got a SC300, 96 SC300 radiator from the 2J non-VVTi, and wanted to see if it would fit up better. The picture made it look better. Brought it in, and down here where these locator studs on the radiator go, or where it sits on the bottom, they wouldn't line up. Same with this 4-cylinder. They don't line up in the 4-cylinder. So I went to a little more research. We looked at the 2001 ICE300 radiator, and these top portions look really similar to the OEM one, which I'm gonna compare side by side for you guys. But as you can tell, we have even the spots where the fan shroud attaches to are almost exactly the same. I could actually probably attach my OEM fan shroud to this. It'd be beautiful. Bottom hoses are the same spot besides these trans clear lines, so I'm making a mess. As you can tell, those two are a little different. Might have to get a little longer hoses for the trans cooler lines. But luckily, I dropped it in and it fits perfectly inside the car. But there's one slight issue. I see, drops right in, fits right down there in the bottom. Issue I was coming to was now, as you guys can tell, it's a lot shorter than the OEM one, and the top securement brackets aren't gonna really secure it at all. So I did some brainstorming and had to get a little creative. And what I did was I went to Home Depot and I found some 1 1/4 inch male adapter PVC pipe. Here, I'll show you guys in the next clip, but the rubber bushings sit right in here perfectly. This slides in right perfectly in the bottom, so it raises it up just the right amount. As you guys can see, it's nice in there, nice in there. Saw a guy on Facebook, he had access to a 3D printer, which I don't have, and he made his own similar to this, but I mean, this works just as good. It's maybe not as clean, but one thing that I did find out that you'll have to do is you'll have to shave down the threads of this plastic. I was hoping it would thread in, but down here, the lip right here is not flat. It has a curve to it, so it doesn't really grab. So I just took my Dremel, little sanding bit, and I just shaved down the threads a little bit right until these will kind of slide in there. But yeah, I'll show you guys. I'm gonna install these right now. All right, guys. So radiator is in, but these mounts right here, it's not raised up enough after I used those PVC pipe adapters, those mail-in, whatever they were called. But what I'm gonna do is it stays in its place, but I just need to drop this down a little bit. So I marked right where it ends over the frame right here. I'm just gonna hammer it a couple times on the side, and we're gonna get it bent down a little bit so maybe it can give us a little bit more securement. All right, guys, as you guys can see, the radiator's nice and secure, proper as possible. Well, not as possible, but best as I can do. Really happy with it, really happy. Now we're just gonna get to installing all the lines, and yep, here we go. I forgot to show it, but I got the fan shroud on. I had to cut it a lot. I pretty much just cut it in half from the bottom. So if your fan shroud is still really good condition, it'll bolt up to here and to right here. This tab broke off a while back, but the only thing is that the radiator is definitely smaller on the tallness, so you guys will probably have to cut the shroud a little bit if you want to run this stock shroud. The only reason I'm really running it is just so this just stays mounted here for now before I figure something else out. Don't mind these zip ties. I'm gonna think of another fix later, but this is just temporary. But yeah, just want to show you guys. All right, now I'm gonna get to putting all the hoses back together, all that stuff. Putting the lower hoses on, seeing if the trans line's hooked up correctly. And yep, here we go. Alright, as you guys saw in the last clip, the trans line that goes over there is a little too short, so I'm about to run to the parts store and get a longer one. After we connect that and start filling it up with distilled water to flush it. And yeah, we'll flush it until she's clean and then throw some new coolant in there. Should be ready to go. Alright guys, got back from the parts store. Just got back from the parts store. Got the new trans line on right here. Everything was good. Yeah, I just needed a little bit longer. The only thing with this one is that it's kind of kinking tiny bits, but I don't think that it's gonna be that big a deal. But maybe, I don't know. I think it'll be all right though. It's not that bad. It's not really restricting anything. Well, you guys can also see how I cut the fan shroud pretty much in half. It's not perfect, but it works. You guys can also see PVC pipe here and here. But yeah, everything's hooked up and we're gonna start flushing it. Right now I just topped the radiator off with distilled water and then fill this up to the max line. We're gonna let it get up to operating temperature. I'm gonna fill this as it's going down and getting the air out of it. And once it's hot, I'll shut it off, and then we're gonna drain the coolant out and see how dirty it is. Might have to do one more flush. Stay tuned. All right, guys, just finished the first flush. There's a little bit more trickling down right now. It's a little bit discolored red, but not too bad. I'm gonna flush it one more time just to be the best job I can do, and then we'll throw the coolant in and bleed it. Yep. All right, guys, that's it. IS300 radiator is in. It's fitting nice. Car's at operating temperature. No cooling issues so far. I just whipped it around the block real quick, and seems fine. So yeah. Just you guys remember, when you guys do this, it's IS300, specifically 2001. I don't know if there's a difference, but 2001 IS300 radiator fits your stock fan shroud, and you're gonna need one longer transmission cooler line, and get the 1 1/4 male adapter PVC pipe for the bottom transmission mount. So that's what worked for me. If you guys have ever done anything else, just let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I hope this helped a lot of people. I've had a lot of trouble with this car trying to figure out what to do for the radiator, and I've had a few folks help me, and I'm glad that I eventually did something a little different. I don't know, some people may have done this, but I haven't really seen much. So thanks for watching, guys.